Well, boys, I just finished 12 days straight of guiding. Got the hunters out here last night. I'm back down in some country that I have seen some good bucks in. I missed a real good buck in here in 2012, about a 180 buck. Quakey type country, good looking stuff. So it's just cracking light. I'll be glassing it. We killed a bull in here on opening day, so it still may be a little stirred up. It's been about a week, but I got 3 days of the general rifle season left, and so I'm gonna just keep hunting the pockets, see what I can turn over. That's some of my very favorite kind of big buck country in the West. You can find that country in Utah, Nevada, Colorado. Mixture of aspen with the different kinds of brush. Hard to see deer in, but some of the biggest bucks I've seen in the West live in stuff like that. Alright, I glassed about 2 hours. Shooting light's about 7 o'clock. It's a little after 9 right now. I saw about 4 bucks. Best one maybe 23 to 25 inches. He was sort of heavy, but he's just not probably a 3-year-old deer. Needs a little more time. It's the 22nd of October right now, and this is probably the hardest time to find the big bucks. The rut's not here yet. Their coats are thick. Their winter coats have come on, so they don't spend much time out, especially if it's warm. So boy, you got to catch them that first hour or two of daylight, or it gets really tough after that. Another 10 days they'll start coming into the does, but the season's closed here by then, so I got to make it happen in the next 2 days if I'm gonna. It closes the 24th, so I can only hunt in the mornings. I've got to work the rest of the day. I've been off work for 12 days now, so I've got to get back. But I think today's the 21st day of my hunting season, personal hunting season, and I've seen a few good bucks, but I really haven't had a legitimate chance at one yet, so just got to keep pounding it. Come back in this big basin right here. Lots of sagebrush, little bucks out there. I can see them already, but there's some really heavy quaky buckets in here. Like right down there. That's the kind of stuff those big bucks are hiding in. So we're just glassing around those heavy quakies, see if we can catch a big buck at the edge of them. I've already seen lots of does too. It's the 23rd of October. There ain't going to be any big bucks around these does, so I just check them and move on. Okay guys, I just caught a glimpse of a good buck. I don't know if he's a shooter. He was standing right there at the edge of those quakies. I think he's one of those nicer bucks I was chasing during archery season, but I only got to see him for a second. It's possible he's that biggest buck, that 28, 29 inch buck. I don't know, and boy, I'll tell you what, I've seen about 7 or 8 bucks this morning glassing, and when you see a big deer, body-wise, before I even put the binoculars or the spot and scope on him, I could tell this is a older deer. They're just so much bigger than these 2- and 3-year-old deer. I don't know if I'm going to get to see him again. That's about 1,000 yards, so I'm going to have to cut some distance. Case in point right there, guys. There's a smaller 4-point, probably a 2-3-year-old deer. Right at the edge of the quakies. That's how that other big buck was. And before the rut in this type of country, even though I got all this wide open sagebrush, not much hunting pressure, they're still going to be right at the edge of the cover. Okay boys, I got a little better look at that bigger buck I'd seen. He's not a shooter. He's probably a 3-4-year-old deer. He's just a lot bigger in the body than many of these other deer I saw this morning, so I overestimated him just a little bit. He's behind that bush. He's probably, there he is, he's walking out. He's probably 25, 26. I mean, he's a nice buck, but he's definitely mature. You know, you don't know for sure till you pull a tooth and age him. He might be 4. Just not quite what we're looking for. Alright, last day of the general over-the-counter rifle season. Hunting some heavy quakies here, where I've seen some good bucks. The rut where their big bucks will be in with the does. Starts in about 5 days, 10 days, something like that. It's a little bit weather dependent. But you can see that these bucks are really starting to rub. Now that's not a big buck rub, but it's fresh. This is not from a buck in September rubbing his antlers, getting the velvet off. This is them getting ready for the rut, strengthening up their neck muscles. They're just ready to fight. Well, 9:45. I glassed, I still hunted, moved through some likely deer country. Never saw a buck this morning. Just a 38-inch moose and a handful of does. So it's the 24th of October. This unit closes now, so I'll take a little bit of time off and then I'll hunt in November when the bucks come back in the rut, different part of Idaho. So the search continues. But I had a really good time. Like I said, I think this is the 23rd day, 24th, I can't remember. But that's what it takes to kill big mule deer, and you can't get discouraged. You just got to keep at it.